welcome back to the Review of Death.
Much more subdued introduction there.
Yeah, I think
it's been a long shooting day.
We've done a lot today.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a Q&A. Again, we're wearing the same clothes.
Yeah.
We always say we need to change our shirts.
I can't be asked. I can't be asked to bring anything else. And you could have wore your Yorks jumper.
I could have done, but I didn't want to.
No.
So, yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah.
I'll go So we're going through questions you've submitted to us on Facebook. I might take some from Twitter if all the Facebook ones are shite. Interesting one from Sam Brotherwood. Do you think the 3 deceased doctors and all of the people from the early days of the show that are no longer with us would be proud of the show now?
I think so.
Yeah.
They probably would.
It's a massive success, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
You know. And they'd probably be like, oh, still using my likeness.
Yeah.
Royalty money.
Yeah.
Nice.
I should say...
I don't know if that...
No, that's not how it works. We're going to try and avoid too many questions surrounding Series 11, because obviously we're going to do our roundup.
Yeah. And
we just shot a video about our first impressions on Jodie. Yeah. So, you know, we want to try and answer some other questions. Do you think a second full episode with the Paradigm Daleks, seeing them in their full glory, would have won people over? That's from Ozzy Denman.
I don't know if it would have necessarily won them over, but I would have liked to have seen another story, because watching it back, it does feel like a very weird blip.
They certainly look better when I think they were in Asylum, and they gave them the more metallic paint job.
Yes.
They look cool like that. And I think somebody did a really cool edit where they broke down, if you just took that bit off and you made them the same size as the other Daleks.
They looked really good.
They looked good, yeah.
So, I think maybe it was just a few bad design choices, wasn't it? I imagine that will never happen again.
Yeah.
I think the BBC have probably been burnt by their... by that, so I think they'll probably know. Don't change it too much.
No. Yeah. I mean, the way they look now is fine.
Yeah.
Just give it the paint job, you know.
Yeah.
We've talked about that before. How would you like the Daleks to return in the Chibnall era? I suppose that's not talking too much about the series, seeing as we don't know if they're going to come back at all.
Yeah.
Harry Williams.
I don't know how... I'd like them to come back as a big threat.
Yeah.
Like a big, proper threat.
Imagine if they came back and the first thing they did was shoot Graham or something.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, not Graham.
You bastards.
Yeah. Oh my god, imagine that.
Yeah.
That would be the way. I think that, but actually...
It would be the only way to really bring them back and be like, shit.
Yeah.
They are deadly, you know.
Yeah, they mean business. Because, much like the Cybermen, they've become a bit of a joke. Yeah. You know, they're just a bit like, oh, here they are.
Daleks again.
Yeah, you know. So I kind of think, maybe it does need something like that. It needs it to have... Their return needs to have a massive impact on the TARDIS team. And I would like it to be something that really shook Jodie's Doctor to her core. Because like we talked about in the video we've just done about Jodie Whittaker, you don't really get that sort of sense of her at the moment, because she's all sort of
the childlike fury.
Yeah, you get all the childlike wonder of everything. But it would be nice to see something that really sort of hits her in the stomach and is like, right, shit, Daleks.
Definitely.
You know, I know we've met some horrible things, Yaz and Ryan and Graham, but you've not met anything quite like these bastards. Sure. They've just killed Graham. They've killed Graham.
They would have to do a whole explanation going, right, we've been through some shit before, but this is different, you know?
Yeah. You don't kill Graham.
You don't kill Graham and get away with it.
You don't come here and exterminate Graham.
Again, another question about Series 11, and I don't think it reveals too much about our opinions of it. As a point of note, we're recording this before episode 5 goes out this evening. Hello, kids. We're recording this before episode 5 goes out this evening.
Yeah.
So, from Cameron Hughes, has Series 11 met your expectations so far?
I think so. I'm really enjoying it.
Cool.
I'm really enjoying it. I think, again, we mentioned this earlier, episode 1 so far has been the weakest episode for me.
Okay.
But generally, like the way that it looks and sounds and just the aesthetic of it, the characters, that's really firing on all cylinders.
Awesome.
I'm enjoying it.
Cool.
How about you?
I'm enjoying it as well. Again, I don't want to spoil too much about what we have to say about it, but I am enjoying watching it every Sunday.
Yeah.
And it's fun to think, oh, Doctor Who at the end of the week.
Yeah.
Which I haven't had for a couple of years. You know, it's nice to kind of get excited about it being back on.
That's true.
Who do you think was the worst or least favourite companion? This from Kenny Culliver, I think.
Worst or least favourite companion?
I mean, it'd be Dodo, I think, for me, you know.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Dodo, yeah. Sorry, Dodo.
Sorry, Dodo. You deserve it. Massively. Favourite costume variations of each Doctor?
Ooh.
So I guess that's from Jenna Smith. So if we take, I guess, the costume in its base form.
Yeah.
And then...
What varieties thereof? So for Hartnell, he doesn't really have...
Well, apart from when he's Robosphere.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Second Doctor doesn't really have any.
No.
I like his, when he's not wearing his jacket in The Two Doctors.
Okay, yeah. Short sleeves.
Kind of neat, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only thing you could say for Hartnell would be full hat and cloak ensemble, maybe.
Yeah. What's the name of that hat? How do you pronounce it?
It's a Astrakhan hat.
Astrakhan hat, okay.
Yeah, those two are a bit difficult. Obviously, Pertwee's got a multitude of different costumes.
For me, I reckon it would be the Death of the Daleks. Is it the one where he's got the boots?
Yeah.
And
I like that.
Also the classic, brown with the link.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I think I'd go for that as well. Yeah, I like that look. Tom, I like the sort of Pyramids of Mars, the wine-coloured coat, the waistcoat, the cravat. Yeah, he looks smart. But then again, I do also like the more casual sort of City of Death look.
I like season 18.
Yeah, season 18 is lovely as well.
Yeah. Fifth Doctor doesn't really have many variations in his costumes. Sixth Doctor, I actually really like the Vervoid's waistcoat and cravat.
That's
because
good.
I just kind of feel like if you're going to do it, just go all out. Just go crazy. I really like that look.
Yeah, I agree.
It's almost like the gingham is kind of like trying to bring it down to earth. Yeah. But if you just go for the crazy waistcoat, and it almost fixes it in a way.
It really does. It does work really nicely. Yeah, I think I'd go with that.
And then Sylph. I guess we've only really got cream, brown, duffel coat and TV movies. Although I do really like his costume that they do for some of the covers of the New Adventures with the smiley pin badge. Okay. And it's just the white jacket, blue shirt, tie, and the hat, and the umbrella. I don't know. For me, it would either have to be the brown jacket from season 26 or the TV movie outfit. Okay. I think. Don't tell Jonathan that.
I won't tell Jonathan that.
Because he doesn't like the TV movie one.
That's why I put the sort of preface of I like the 26 one.
Which classic season do you think they should release next on Blu-ray? That's from Max Farr.
I mean, my favourite season is season 13, so I would like them to do that, but we have only just had season 12. I think it would be nicer to get some other Doctors out first, maybe. Yeah. Obviously, it's difficult with Hartnell and Troughton.
I'd go for season 7.
Yeah, that's a great season. Yeah,
I think I'd love to see season 7, like that, especially Spearhead. I mean, obviously we've seen it on Blu-ray before. Yeah, but I think having that full season would look really, really neat. Especially all the film sequences in like the Ambassadors of Death.
Yeah, that would look really cool.
And all the helicopter shots in Silurians. That would look really, really nice. With the success of Rosa, if you could choose a historical storyline to happen next on TV, which historical event or figure would you choose?
Oh God!
It's from Matt Smith, not the Matt Smith.
I was going to say Matt Smith. I don't know. Have you got anything?
I quite like it to them to do like a not a biblical story. Yeah. But one set in like Jerusalem or do you know what I mean? Something like
the crucifixion.
Like, the crucifixion. Something like that would be quite kind of neat, I guess.
That would be so dodgy though.
But like you don't have to.
It's just going on. It's just the story's going on at the same time.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be the crucifixion either.
They keep just having these odd references like, oh, that crowd, what's going on over there? Yeah. Some blokes getting crucified. You know how it is.
Some blokes turning water into wine, whatever. Yeah. No, but like it could be like based on the Romans or something. You know? Yeah. You know, something in the Middle East around that time, I think would be interesting.
Noah's Ark.
Because otherwise, because that happened.
Yeah, it was the TARDIS.
The only other time I'm like...
All the animals.
Oh God, that would work though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The only other, event in history I'm going to say is probably, I don't know, the Doctor makes sure that the Beatles can play at Shea Stadium. I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah. I can't really think of anything. I can't think of any major historical event that I would like the Doctor to go to.
They kind of done everything. It would have to be like kind of more modern history.
Yeah. Like what?
The Doctor in the Vietnam War. I don't know. Something like that. Which season or series do you think had the most potential but was underwhelming when it eventually came out?
Ooh, that's interesting. The most potential.
7B, I think, because it was the 50th anniversary year.
Yeah, that's true.
8.
Yes.
I think 8 was probably the main one.
Yeah, I think you're right, because it was a bit... I think there was a lot of build-up as well with, like, who was the guy who directed the first 2 episodes?
Yeah.
What's his name? The guy who directed Deep Breath? You met him?
Oh,
Ben Whishaw?
No,
that's the actor.
Ben something.
I was just saying Ben Kingsley. Not him. Oh, that's so frustrating. Ben Wheatley. I knew it was something with a W. Ben Wheatley.
Some people screaming at their TV.
Yeah.
Come on! Get it right!
Particularly when you had like Ben Wheatley saying, it's a bit darker and they, it seems like they're going for more of like a classic sort of Tom Baker vibe. I think everyone's like, oh my God, they're so good. And then you watch it and you're like, yeah, they haven't really quite got that at all. And I think as much as I adore Pat Troughton, I was going to say, Peter Capaldi, I do think there were a few choices that were maybe not so great with his character. I don't mind him being a little bit prickly and a bit, standoffish or whatever. Yeah. But at times he, like you said, he does just seem a bit shitty.
A bit of an arsehole,
But I quite like that. I quite like arsehole Doctor Who.
How important is continuity to you? A good story is just good stories regardless of how well they fit into the continuity. Does the fact it's a time travel show negate the need for established continuity or only need to make it more prevalent?
Oh gosh.
I think that's an interesting question.
It is interesting.
I would say I'd like a show to have an awareness that it needs to kind of stick to some kind of, maybe not an established continuity, but like a Bible, a guide, something that it can refer back to, because then while continuity can tie you up in knots if you go a bit too far with what is and what isn't, I think it can save you a lot of the time. Because you can be self-referential and refer back to stuff that is key for a particular plot. But I like my show to have continuity in it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt to have continuity in it. It's only, like you said, if the story becomes very laboured by it, that's when it doesn't work.
Like stuff we've seen recently.
Like some of the Capaldi stuff was slightly laboured by continuity, which isn't a problem for people like us, who've seen it all.
Sure.
But then when you think about the wider audience, you do kind of think, they're not going to have a clue what's going on.
No.
So as much as I do like it to have a continuity, it shouldn't labour the story, or if it is going to be tied into the story, they need to explain it in a way that then someone watching it can be like, oh, okay, you don't need to have seen all of this stuff.
Yes, I agree. But then that only really comes with a show with established continuity that is over 50 years of like history. If it was like a show like Black Mirror, which doesn't need to have it's continuity, because so obviously some of it is tied into other stories, but it's not a necessity. But for a show that has been running for 50 years, it needs to be there. Whatever you might think of particular headcanon and all that kind of stuff, it needs to exist in some small way. Another question about Series 11, I guess we can talk about it, because I think we'll be talking a lot about the individual episodes themselves, so we can talk about some of this stuff now. This is from Jads. What do you guys think of the new intro sequence? I think the music's cool and the visuals are pretty, but I'm not sure if it needs another 10 to 15 seconds to really have an identity plus a spinny TARDIS rushing around to give me a false sense of urgency. I really like it.
I love it.
I love the fact that it's there's no pre-titles anymore.
Yeah, I really like that.
And I kind of thought, oh shit, this is week. Well, I mean, obviously, week 3 they've had the titles, but it's episode 4.
Yeah,
and they're just running with opening, because it is like a kind of. I watched the 5 Who fans discussion videos, and they're really good. If anyone hasn't seen them yet, after every episode on the Monday they post them.
Yeah,
it is like the door being opened and someone going, "Come on in, sit down. It's time for Doctor Who."
Yeah,
and there is that kind of moment of like. You are entering a different world and a different kind of experience.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed the pre-title sequences when they happened, but
maybe they'll use them now to kind of give it a real sense of this is important. We need to do a bit of a preamble before.
Yeah. I don't know. I am enjoying the fact that it is straight into, because I guess if you flick over in that first, however long the the title sequence is in that first minute. If it was a pre-title sequence and it was something like, say, because we were talking about it today, Daleks in Manhattan, and you flicked over, you were Joe Public, you flicked over and you just saw people talking in bad American accents, you might just be like, and flick over, but you turn that on and it's
what's going on?
Like, oh, this is different, and wow, doesn't that look amazing? Like, I don't think I've seen anyone who's really said it doesn't look very good, because it looks fantastic.
And what do you think of the theme music? I have the problem I have with it. I have 2 problems with it. Okay. The first is to do with the opening, and the second to do with the closing. I think, actually, the theme as a whole. The first one. I think they should bring the bass that Sagan wrote and composed for it up more. Okay. Because obviously we've got the Delia wooey woos going off in the background, but he's got a going on in the background, and it sounds great. Yeah. And in fact, when Jodie fell through the roof, we've spoken about it before. That bit was really prominent. Yeah. And it sounded awesome. And it's just like, I think the drums are a cool driving thread of it. But I think the drums need to swap a position. Yeah.
Because I think when you watch it, and we'll pay attention tonight, because it has that bom 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 boom. Yeah, and those opening bars, that is his bass, and then this. Yeah. And it's like, oh, turn it down a little bit. But I mean, I like the sort of bass drop. Yeah. I think that's quite cool. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people say, oh, it needs more diddly dums at the start because the Hartnell one was longer. And but Murray Gold used that. But this is more like the 70s, and it is a shorter, which I don't mind.
It is kind of like going in the same way that the Hartnell one had the big streak that went up into the. Can I put my arm down, mate?
No.
In the same way that the Hartnell one had the streak that went up and had the Dumpty Dums. Yeah. This is kind of going, that's what we're doing. That's the kind of playing with convention. Yeah. And then the bass drop, and there's like, now this Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Which is nice. My other complaint is with the closing credits, which is that although that's the sting is timeless. Yeah. I'd rather Sagan had written his own sting. Okay. And composed his own sting. Yeah. Because it feels like I can visually see in my mind like the track. Yeah. With Sting laid over it, and the other thing coming in halfway through the Sting underneath the new theme. Right. And I just wish that they would have because he could come up with a really cool way of doing the Sting. Yeah. Or even if the Sting was the bass drop. Yeah. I just think it needed to. It doesn't transition seamlessly enough for me. Yeah. There is a definite and the problem is obviously. When Murray Gold created that Sting and used the original Delia elements, he produced it in his way, in his studio, and it was mastered and mixed a certain way. Sagan's has been done completely differently, different studio, different situation, different musicians, different sounds. So they sound like 2 completely separately made things jammed together, and there isn't enough of a blend for me. Okay.
The only other thing I would say that I would have liked is the middle 8 to be in the closing credits all the time. That would have been nice.
It's been in the first week. Yeah. But then they did have the extra long things at the end.
Introduce look out for. It's like, where's Wally?
Coming up soon.
All these people.
When else have they used it? Was that?
That's it. That's the only time they've used it. And the other thing that I would like which I don't think we'll ever get back, is rather than in the intro when it just goes dum da dum dum da dum,
Yeah.
and that's the end. I would like it to go ooh, wah 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 wah
yeah,
wah wah wah
sure.
wah wah. I just keep going. I was like, I missed that. I was like, please bring the wah wahs back.
The wah wahs.
But the wah wahs aren't coming back.
Brilliant.
They're not going to bring back the wah wahs. Where's my wah wahs?
Where are my wah wahs?
Yeah, where are my wah wahs? Clayton Hickman, can you make that T-shirt for me?
Where are my wah
Where are
wahs?
my wah wahs? In like Futura bold, please,
Brilliant.
with like the spinny John Pertwee vortex at the end of his.
Or the photo of John Pertwee going like that we made the title sequence out of.
Are you going to do this now, or we're trying to record a video?
We've only got one more question, Gizmo. It's fine. You just need to do your thing.
Get something like play with this because that doesn't squeak. Shut up. Yeah, there you go. No.
Oh no. I can't see him putting any pressure on it at all.
No, I know. But play with that instead. No, you just want this one. Oh, sod off.
Right. Okay. One last question. It's from Matt Bevan, and it goes something like this. For 24 hours, you are strapped to a chair, and you are forced to watch your least favourite Doctor Who story. Which is the one you couldn't bear to watch for a whole day?
Oh Christ! Well, we talked about this today, haven't we? It probably would be that Doctor the Widow and the Wardrobe.
Yeah, or it'd be that for me, or Hellbent.
Okay. Why you really?
I hate Hellbent.
My God. I know it's rubbish, but
no. It nearly killed me. Can't stand it. Right, while this boy keeps squeaking, we're going to call it a day, I think.
No, he's put it down. Like,
you bastard. You did it on purpose.
You're just going to stare at me.
Yeah, I wanted to see who's going to blink first. Yeah, you won. So thanks very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. You've got some more videos coming up soon, we hope.
Yeah.
We've got our wrap-up of Series 11.
Yeah.
Which is going to be very interesting. Because already, even though we've not discussed it too much, I can already see some elements of, I feel like so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
And what else have we got planned at you? What else is going on?
What else have we done? Well, we've got our first impressions of Jodie. I don't know if that's going out before or after.
And we've got our bottom Who.
Yeah, least favourite Doctor Who's.
Yeah.
That's
about it, really.
Yeah.
We're Shattered and Doctor Who starting in a minute. So.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, we've got an hour.
Yeah.
Exciting
stuff.
Yeah. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you again soon for more Doctor Who goodness. Enjoy the rest of Series 11. Bye bye.